This year at Covenant House with New York and New Jersey, we'll serve over 5,000 homeless and runaway kids who come to our doors. 5,000 who will come to our door. And we'll let them know. You know, I wish I could say we had 3. Wouldn't that be great? We had 3 kids who came. But 5,000 came. And here's some of the magic that we know about Covenant House. It's first that we recognize God's providence and fidelity to his people. That is the first and paramount thing, and trusting in God's mercy. The other thing is that any kid who comes to Covenant House can't be mandated or forced to come to Covenant House. They have to come on their own, free will, with a deep desire to leave the streets. That's essential. And we make a covenant with them. Ezekiel's beautiful line, I have made a covenant with you, and you are mine. You are mine. This love relationship that we learn from our God. And that's our challenge, to do that for every young person who comes through our doors. No kid is forced to come. It's this relationship. It's this agreement. And because we open up our doors, guess what we get? Everything. We get kids. I just want to try to give you a little sense of this. If you were out on the street for a day, you probably could hold your moral compass together. 2 days, you can't. You're stealing food. You're sneaking into a place you don't belong. 3 days, you're looking to belong, protection, possibly a gang. You're selling drugs, you're doing drugs. That's the life of the street. You're selling yourself, you're in prostitution. And so when you're out there on the streets, our job is to reach out. So we have outreach vans that go out and try to connect. There's such bad voices in kids' heads out on the street. We need to be that voice of hope, of redemption, of mercy. Mercy. So that's one of the key things that we try to do. We just did a big study in New York with Fordham University. 25% of our kids have performed sexual acts for basic needs of food and shelter. 15% of our kids have been trafficked. That means 700 kids last year that came to Covenant House were victims of trafficking. Bishop said something really profound, and I was writing it on my notes. I was taking notes. And so this whole thing is different because he inspired me. He said there's a complacency, that piece of complacency for our faith and for the call for God's mercy. I think that's what Covenant House is such a gift, because we see such horror, such horror. You have to go to your knees. You have to go to something beyond yourself, that you know that just within your own mind or within your own working, the words just aren't going to be enough to transcend the pain and the horror. And you find yourself on your knees praying for God's grace and God's mercy.